Good morning everyone, it's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today is the Hakurou World Tour. As in, I am going to take Hakurou and have him lead every single typing for every single Conquest battle. He will be the leader. I will use my full whaled out box and all of the type advantage units, but Hakurou will lead every single stage. And we will find out exactly how well he holds up with his, his triple orb change for each typing into oranges and giving us skill points. So, all of these matches are pre-recorded because they are EX, and sometimes it took a few more tries than normal. So I will narrate as best I can. And this video will also be probably pretty long since it's 7 Conquest battles, and I will probably speed up most of them until we get to the final part of each stage, whether or not we win or lose. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here we are in the first Conquest that we're going to take on. We are doing all of these in 2x speed, like I said earlier. This is the Dark team, led by Hakurou, and as you can see, we kind of have a good starting hand where we can get the protection gauge turn 2, which is fine because this hand works out because it is a full 6-card send, just like what we want it to be, and our main damage dealers as well, so Milim and Diablo. This team works, really well because it would normally be led by the Orc, who is changing to oranges anyway, or Shion, who's changing to blues. So 6-card sends are not hard to get here normally, and we're just getting them. But I think this actually works out a little better. Sure, we're losing the 12% attack that the dark units do. However, the Orc is limited to changing greens, so if you get a whole hand of blues and greens, then you're kind of just sitting there. But this allows us to get full cards without really having to try that much. And so now we've orb changed again. We have another Hakurou gauge, so next turn we can get another full, well, not full, because that's all greens now. But do I use it here? I don't know if I do. I think I just burn the greens and get them out instead of trying to waste it, and then I'll do it next turn. Yeah. Yeah, that probably makes most sense. It would only change 3 of them, so it'd be kind of a waste, because we'd only have 4 oranges. But she's doing a lot of damage to us, which I don't really appreciate. But we have another 6-card send. We have to get Benny's ult here, and Milim's ult. Hopefully Milim and Benny don't die. And what happens here? Okay, Milim's dead. Unfortunate to say the least. So we've got triple ults here. Her defenses are down. But do I want to ult here? Is the question. Or do I want to swap in Milim? And I swap in Milim, and we're going to hold off for one more turn. Hopefully no one dies. There we go. Alright, so this is perfect here. So we can use Milim, and then we have more than enough points to swap her out for Benimaru. And then we can use the Hakurou meter, and get enough points to use Space Rimuru's boost, and get a full 6-card send, while having enough points to boost or reduce the defense of Hinata with Benimaru, and a crit rate, because we've already boosted the attack on Diablo, and lowering dark resistance I don't think is quite as useful as lowering straight up defense. Don't quote me on that, but I see a bigger damage increase using defense down than resistance down. But that's just me. 10,000 with Rimuru, pretty good. Benimaru does 22,000, and Diablo will finish this up because she has no health left. And 28,900. So, the first EX Conquest is complete. Hinata is down. Relatively painless. We did have Dark Milim die, which was unfortunate, but we got a core and a silver hammer out of it, so I will take it. And moving on now to EX Cabby, who I was kind of sure, but not overly sure on this stage. But we are bringing Benimaru in and using his Orb Steal, so now we can bring in a full or almost a full card send of Hakurou, who is our main DPS, who already has an ult, which means that we can just send it here, most likely. Yep. And just get some extra damage on Cabby, that way he can't heal quite as much, you know, during his next 5 turns of being almost invulnerable. So now we just have to use Hakurou again, get points, get another 6-card send, get ults for everyone, or start working on them, because Hakurou already has another ult. I mean, I like this leader for what he does. For the teams that he leads, Earth and Fire, I mean, no, not the greatest, but we're already beginning to prove that you don't need to be under his leader skill to make a team work, as far as all rushing is. The only place you'll really struggle is a place where you're going to have oranges nerfed, which a couple of the Conquest battles do, unfortunately. So we have a Hakurou's ult. I don't know why I kept him in, though. I probably could have swapped him out. I don't know why I'm keeping him in. I mean, Windmillum has her ult. That's fine. We need to get Val's ult, which we'll get here. I guess we're just going to hold it. Alright then. Alright. That didn't hurt too much. Benny Mario's losing health, but that's okay. We're going to get him out. And then we'll burn Rimuru cards. The defenses and guard are leaving next turn. And we do have 3 ults. And we do have enough points to double boost here. So let's go ahead and bring in Windmillum. And Benny Mario. Oh, I'm holding off for the Hakurou gauge again, that's why. Alright, so we can get a full 6-card send along with the 2 ults. Although, didn't I boost? And get points, and then we can use Windmillum's buff. And then we can bring in everyone. Okay, there we go. Alright. And, oh yeah, and we'll boost the orange damage as well, because why not? We do have a whole bunch of oranges, even though 2 of them will go away once we swap in Hakurou and Val. Just making sure I have cards for everyone before I swap people in, because I have a terrible, terrible tendency to not do that. Okay. 7,000 with Millum, that's fine, you're an AoE, you only had 1 boost. 19,600 with Val. Hakurou does 29,200, and then 1, 2. And Hakurou right here gives me a sweet, sweet 10k for the final blow on EX Cabby. So we're looking good. We are looking good here. Let's move on to the next stage, which looks like the Golem. So this will be quite easy. This will not take very long at all, because it's Hakurou half sub-leads fire, and this ensures that we can get a double boost as long as we play our hand right. This ensures that we can do what we need to do here. So let's burn these greens. And then, okay, so that's unfortunate. So we'll burn more greens. We're just working up. We're building everyone up. The stun is fine, because we wouldn't stun dodge anyways. Let's burn the oranges. Now we have, you know, good amount of orb or ult gauge for everyone. We can not use Hakurou. Okay, we're going to save that. We're going to save that for turn 5 or 6. So what is the plan here? Alright, let's use the stun dodge, because we need it because it's turn 5. Alright, we'll use Hakurou now. And then this will get us a new Hakurou gauge, and I believe it gets us everyone's ult. Which, I guess I played that wrong, but no one had an ult, and it's more important for this than to bring in Guy. So we can use Hakurou again and get another 6-card send. And we can use the crit boost, and we can use the attack boost with Benny Mario. And, I mean, he's just over half health. This should kill right here, being a full card send. Benny Mario is double boosted. So Shizu does 13 something. Okay. Millum does 12 something, 12-7, and then Benimaru does 14-9 and puts both of them to shame. Alright, and then the final hit right here is obviously a crit and a pierce for 13k, and the golem is down. Alright, so that's 3 conquests led by Hakurou, 3 EX conquests led by Hakurou that are now complete. So let's move on to the next one, which is the Orc, which should work the same way, except the Orc nerfs oranges. So this was the first, like, will this actually work kind of scenario that I was going through. Can we be effective? But we gotta remember, I think on like turn 3 or 4, the oranges are no longer debuffed. So we can play around depending on what the RNG looks like in the first 2 turns, which isn't, you know, the greatest, obviously. We got a few Gazel cards to begin with. We have some greens, we have some blues. So let's just send the greens, get some skill points. We're stunned here again. And then let's burn the, what was that? Burn the Leon cards right there. And then we can use, so here's the turn. So yeah, turn 4, we can use Hakurou. So bring in Shuna, even though she doesn't have any cards, because I want her in here for the stun dodge next turn. I didn't want to forget about it, so we brought her in early. Alright. So let's get Gazel out, let's get Milim out. Go ahead and use the stun dodge here, and then the blues. And that will get us another Hakurou gauge for next turn. Even though I think the oranges are still debuffed. I don't really think it matters though. But we have enough points yet again to use both the Milim buff, and then we'll go ahead and swap Hinata and Gazel in. Right? There we go. Hinata will come in for Shuna. Then we can pop Hakurou, get a 6-card send, get us some extra points. Even though the oranges are nerfed, we can use Leon's buff and Gazel's first buff. So Gazel is triple boosted now. I guess, yeah. And then we've got 2 single target ults and 6 orbs to send. Hinata does 26, Gazel does 44, and the nerfed oranges do not even matter. So, still, worked out pretty well because of giving us points more than anything, and getting us that one hand of full oranges to make sure that we can get ults for everyone. So that worked out better than I thought it would. Let's move on to the next one. Alright. EX Sky Dragon gave me a lot of trouble. Like, this one took the most attempts out of any, I think, just because of the poison damage. And he's guarding, and we just don't have the DPS, and the space team is not, you know, built out yet. It's the only meta that we're currently missing at this point. So once the once the space meta comes, this stage will be much, much easier to use Hakurou as a leader if I ever decide to do this again. But it's just that you have one single target space unit, 5-star, and that's Space Milim, and then you have Ranga, who's AoE, Space Rimuru, who's AoE. So you pretty much have to just run with other strong single target DPS. But we've been doing what we can. 4 turns in, he's got guard, he's got defense, we've got you know, greens for days. We now have a double Hakurou gauge, but oranges are still nerfed. So I don't really feel like using it, but I do anyways, just so we can get it. Because even if they are nerfed, a whole hand of oranges still gets us a decent amount of gauge. If you can get like 4 or 5 cards from one unit, like Space Milim just did. She got 4 cards, so we got like almost half a meter. So I mean, it's not terrible. So let's then burn these greens. The defense is down now. That kind of hurt. Yeah, like I said earlier, this stage took me a few runs because of the poison damage, and just he kept targeting one unit over and over and over again, and it just happened to be like Rimuru or Hakurou, and then we wouldn't have the DPS for it, or we would survive his hits and then the poison would kill me, and then I'd be very, very upset. So here, we've used the attack boost, bringing Space Milim in, using Hakurou now for the 6-card send for a full hand of Space Milim cards, who are no longer debuffed, and then we can use the attack boost with Rimuru and the Pierce power with Milim, and the dragon has like 3/4 of its health, 2/3 maybe if you want to be sticky about it. So Rimuru does 16-3 on an AoE, it's pretty good. Hakurou does, oh god, I couldn't even see that. He does good damage though. And then Milim comes in with 28,000, and then with the attack boost and the Pierce boost, Milim can come in here and clean up with that final card, 8,500. Not, you know, nearly as impressive as the 10k or the 13k that we were doing earlier on the 6th card, but she's only level 80. It is what it is. So, the second to last fight, EX Ifrit. Again, another fight that I was not too sure about. Definitely, so I saved the 2 hardest stages for last. Ifrit because of the crits, and you need the guard, but Hakurou obviously does not give guard in any way, shape, or form, so you really have to play a little bit defensively here and really play out your hands. So we've got almost a whole hand of Gabiru now. So then let's bring in Velzard to do some extra damage, or not. That was an interesting play right there that I did. Okay, I guess we're sending blues? Okay, I guess we're sending blues for the protection meter. Okay, well Gabiru's almost dead. Gabiru is dead, but we did use his skill last turn to, you know, reduce the crit damage by a little bit. It is what it is. So now we will use Hakurou here, and then we will double heal, which technically probably I should have healed once and then used Hakurou and then healed again, and probably maximize our points there. But another 6-card send of nerfed oranges still, you know, gets us an ult with Soe, and gets us about halfway with Water Rimuru. So now we can use the defense. This is the last turn that Ifrit has the buff up, and he has no ult coming. And now we have a full 6-card send of greens with the ult. 12,000 right there. Pop, pop, pop. And then pop. 6,000 damage. Alright, that's the last hit. We got a sweet counter. Valentine is almost dead, so let's swap her out for Velzard. No, we heal first, and then bring Velzard in. And then we can send 4 blues and Rimuru's ult. Okay, sweet counter, thank you, I appreciate it, I love them. The best mechanic in the game. 7,500 on the AoE ult for Rimuru. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it is what it is. We got a full 6-card send. Do we heal? No, we don't heal. We're just going to live with it. It's a ballsy move. Okay, good. We do heal. We get another Rimuru ult, and we're one orb away from getting Soe's ult. I was really worried that he was going to counter Water Rimuru twice there and kill him. Alright, so we lived by the skinny skin of our teeth. So we have Rimuru's ult. We can use Hakurou again. Again, I probably should have used some other card before that. Oh well. Frostbite wouldn't really matter too much. Velzard's boost, she only has 1 card, but you might as well just increase our damage by a little bit. See if we can take him out here with the ult and the 6 cards. I don't know if we do, though. I don't remember if we do, because it is just an AoE ult. Raise defense, just in case. Let's see what happens. So Rimuru, we know, does like 8,000 or something. 5,000, 6,000, 5,000. Pretty ass. Alright, there's a counter, but thankfully Soe has a lot of HP. And he has a double ult now. And we did not kill. Everyone has an ult now. Rimuru is dead. That's fine, but we have a Velzard ult, we have a Soe ult, and he has like 10k health left. And we have a 3-card send with Soe. So this is the end of the fight right here. So, we've done every stage up to Space Milim. Do you think that we will clear Space Milim? Do you think I even include Space Milim in this video? Because it's pretty much an exercise in futility. If you do not have guard, Space Milim will melt you. Also, why am I frozen right here? Why did my game freeze? Okay, there we go. That was weird. Moving on. Interesting. I don't remember that. Don't remember that happening. Voila. We are attempting Space Melon. Whether or not it works will be a completely different story, because if you get unlucky, she will kill someone turn 1. If she hates a unit that much, she will kill someone turn 1, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. But here, we're going to make use of Benimaru and steal some orbs, so he gets a 6-card send. I could have brought Trainee in, but honestly, this 84 Benimaru does more damage than 6-star Trainee, so meh. The only reason I might have brought Trainee in is to use her Pierce debuff, but we wouldn't have enough points since we used Benimaru's Orb Steal. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Benimaru has an ult. Sadly, it's AoE. He almost has 2 ults. Which, I mean, is pretty damn good. But we need to bring in Trainee. And we need to bring in the Chad. Because I cannot let Earth Milim die. I cannot let Earth Milim die. But we don't even get Earth Milim out because she has 4 cards. So let's use the Pierce Resistance from the Chad. And I think we use Hakurou here, yep. And then we have a 6-card send. We're looking, you know, pretty good so far. This will get us a Milim ult. And maximum points. So what do I do here? And okay, I do decrease her Pierce power as well. So we have Pierce Resistance and we have nerfed her power as well. We should be fine this turn. 14, 22, and then 31. Earth Milim, the best DPS on the team right now. And then Benimaru. 7,000. We've taken out a decent chunk of her health. We have 2 ults now. We have Benimaru's ult, and we have Earth Milim's ult. Sadly, they're both AoEs. Thank God we used 2 defensive skills right there. Otherwise, we would have been... The Chad would have died. And Milim maybe would have died. So here, do I send both ults? I think I heal. Yeah, we heal up Milim and the Chad, just because Milim is the DPS. What do I do here, though? I think I swap out the Chad for Benny. Yeah. And then I send Milim cards. I could use Milim's Orb Change here, but I didn't. That may have given us a little bit extra damage, but I don't really think it would have mattered too much. I mean, 600, 600. And we would have done like 3,000 or something with each hit. Maybe it would have made a difference, but Milim is hurting. Very much so. So she needs to go away after we heal. This is still going to hurt, though, and I think I swap her out, because she has no cards anyway. And we're going to sacrifice the Chad. Yeah, we're going to sacrifice the Chad. Benimaru has decent health. Trainee has decent health. We're going to Trainee out because she is a vital piece. Maybe I should have taken Benimaru out instead, since he does more damage. Ooh, what is this play? What is this play that I'm doing? 1 orb. It's lucky if you survive. Yeah. Shizu's dead. In comes Milim. Who else dies? The Chad dies. In comes Trainee. Okay, thank God. So we've got a 5-card send with Benimaru with the ult. So we'll do decent damage here. Milim almost has an ult. And someone's going to die next turn. Someone will die next turn. We've got defense up from Earth Milim. Go ahead and send this. Do as much damage as we can. We have another Hakurou meter. And, I mean, we're getting Milim pretty low. We're doing a lot more damage than I thought we would right now. And now Milim's dead. And now I'm sad. But now we have double ults. And now Benimaru's dead. And now I'm super duper sad. But we have a double ult with Trainee. So, how much damage does Trainee do on her ult and 2 cards? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. And we're going to debuff. And this is fun. Because you know what? It's not enough damage. It is not enough damage. And then, even without her buffs up on Milim, she just has the attack boost, not the Pierce boost, we are still dead. So, that was it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Went a little... We beat 6 out of 7 Conquest, and for the hardest Conquest, we got a lot deeper than I thought we would. So this was actually a very good showcase of Hakurou leading every single meta team in the game against their hardest Conquest stage, which I would consider an absolute win. Which means that I would actually consider Hakurou to be a very, very good protection unit, all things considered. Is he on the same level as Cabby? It's debatable. I don't think he is, but he is definitely a very, very high tier protection unit. So let me know what you guys think about Hakurou in the comments below. Have you used him this much? What are your thoughts on him? I want to know. But for now, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later.